In 478, Prince Shotoku invites Kongo Shiko from Baekiju to construct Shitenno-ji, or Temple of the Four Heavenly Kings. Kongo Shiko later founds a construction company that he named Kongo Gumi. From that time, his company operated for over 1,400 years. And here is this.
2003, then 19-year-old Elizabeth Holmes dropped out of Stanford and founded Theranos.
Elizabeth Holmes is beginning her 11-year prison sentence today.
Most of us know how the story goes here. We live in a world where more than 80% of startups go belly up. Yet, there are some organizations that have survived for centuries. So what's their secret? My name is Fernando, and I think the answer lays on the land of the rising sun, also known as Japan. Japan is home to an impressive number of long-standing companies. There are more than 20,000 businesses in the country operating for more than 100 years. Companies that have seen the rise and fall of dynasties, survived wars, and changes in the Japanese society. These companies are molded by the Japanese tradition of collective thinking, where running a business isn't solely about profit, but about the prosperity of the Japanese society. But what does that mean exactly? Professor Haruo Funabashi answered this question in his book Timeless Ventures, which he describes the Japanese way of doing business. The philosophy of these companies go beyond mere economics. They believe in the power of legacy and building something for the common good. This belief, which has sustained the Japanese organizations for hundreds, even thousands of years, is manifested in certain key principles. In his book, Professor Funabashi explains about these 8 principles and why they made companies last this long. We will explain these principles in detail in the next videos, but the most important part here to understand is that these principles are pillars to build and maintain a culture of loyalty, respect, and endurance. So basically, these companies, they don't chase quick gains like a normal startup will do. They make sure they're on the path of sustainable long run. Japanese employees treat their workplace as a place for self-development. So it's not just about selling time for money. It's about contributing to a higher purpose, to the common good of the Japanese society. Japanese companies don't perceive employees as labor units. Basically, they think they are key to its success. In this cultural context, people form the very essence of the organization. Their motivation, their ambition, their purpose drives the company. The focus on the greater good creates a unique environment, a unique sense of belonging, purpose, and even satisfaction among employees in Japan. Work there is valued not just to pay your bills or to earn a paycheck, but a way to define your place in society and ways to contribute to it. Therefore, employees are part of the legacy of the company. They are part of a mission greater than themselves. And this very cultural uniqueness of shared dedication has been critical for the endurance of its long-living companies. But it's not all roses. Japan has one of the highest rates of work-related suicide in the world. And this contradiction poses a question. Can a society achieve prosperity and longevity of its companies without compromising the well-being of its people? Despite the challenges, the longevity of these companies implies they are doing something right. So for me, in my opinion, and also based on the work of Professor Funabashi, that the key may lie in the culture that these companies built. But obviously, it's important to notice that society shaped these companies, right? So Japan's strong cultural and traditional roots influence its business culture. Therefore, the focus here isn't just about profitability, it's about harmony, coexistence, and also respect for people. And those reflect the profound values of Japanese society. These are not just business strategies. These are deeply rooted cultural values. And those values are deeply influenced by the Buddhism in Japan, which the message is co-prosperity and the preservation of tradition and values. Therefore, those are companies built in the foundation of trust. There are several schools of Buddhism in Japan, but the one that has significantly influenced the Japanese workplace is Zen Buddhism. In Zen, their teachings emphasize values such as the appreciation of labor, the pursuit of excellence, and the fairness in life. Zen shaped the collective consciousness of the Japanese workforce and helped them aim for a higher self while supporting the common good of the Japanese society. We could learn a thing or two from these age-old Japanese institutions. As we shape our own organization Tomorrow Bio, we are not aiming for the quick flash of a startup. We are aiming for a lasting impact legacy. So as we learn from the timeless ventures of Japan, let's rethink success. Is it about going big, or is it about going on perpetually? Are there companies that inspire you with their commitment to the long haul? If yes, I would love to hear your thoughts below. And remember, if you found this video insightful, do give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and as always, stay curious, and I see you tomorrow.